And now let's do a preview for next week. So next week, the week that begins on December 7th and ends on December 11th, Monday is very, very quiet. I think markets will continue digesting the big events of this week, the non-farm payrolls that we had today and the ECB decision we had yesterday. So that's time of reflection, if you wish, on Monday. On Tuesday, we have final Japanese GDP. We'll see how bad the recession is in Japan, if it'll trigger more action from the Bank of Japan. Expectations are low. Chinese trade balance. Remember not to watch the headline number, but rather exports and imports, especially for the Aussie. Imports are more important. We have US jobs, the job openings report. It's for October, not for November like the NFP, but the Fed likes this figure. It's another jobs figure, so it'll certainly move markets. On Wednesday, we have the first rate decision of the week. For next week, we have a rate decision in New Zealand. They're expected to cut the interest rate, but that's, I think, already priced in. We'll talk about that in detail next week. It depends on the sentiment more than the action. On Thursday, we have a busier day. We have a jobs report in Australia. Last time it was excellent. Let's see if we can continue. And we have two rate decisions on Thursday, busy day next Thursday, December 10th. And Switzerland, let's see if they continue to intervene and if they cut the interest rate even deeper. Remember, I don't talk about the Swiss franc too much, but their rate decisions come only once every 3 months, so this one is important. I mean, every decision is more important than another central banks. And the UK rate decision, no changes expected. But we have the meeting minutes, which are very, very important. Let's see if we have the continued pattern of 8-1. And if the Bank of England perhaps becomes more hawkish after, as the Fed is also expected to raise rates. And on Friday, we have a focus on the US consumer on two figures. US retail sales for November. Also, perhaps one of the last important figures before the Fed decision on December 16th, and it's a key part of the US economy. And we have US consumer confidence from the University of Michigan. It's a preliminary figure for December, so very, very fresh. Expected to reflect on, to provide an indication for Christmas sales in December, but the correlation is not always clear. Doesn't matter, it always moves markets. So in comparison to this week, all in all, next week is more calm, more digesting initially what we had this week, and then beginning to transition away, less focus at the beginning on the United States, but then towards the end of the week, more in the United States, and we have some limelight on other currencies as well. It's sort of a transition between the ECB and the NFP to the last major event of the year, the expected Fed rate hike on December 16th, okay? Which is not a done deal. I think it's almost certain, but you never know. Okay, so that's the preview for next week. But we have more questions, and let's try to answer them right now. We have a question. Draghi probably didn't sleep well last night. Yeah, I believe so. Probably, and this morning he probably read all the newspapers. Well, he may have read them online yesterday as well. Watched TV and saw his face with the word disappointment. I'm sure he didn't like it. Let's see, he'll probably defend what he did, and I think he'll put some emphasis on the reinvestment of proceeds. Let's see if it'll work out for him. I think markets are a bit in shock. Anyway, what pairs to watch today beside your dollar? Well, it's a dollar CAD, huge day for the Canadian dollar. So we have in Canada both the jobs report, also trade balance, and of course the OPEC meeting. Jobs report is the most important thing for the Canadian dollar today. So that's, yeah, those are the pairs, euro dollar, also because of Draghi, and also the dollar CAD because of all the events in Canada. I would also say dollar yen, because often non-farm payrolls has the biggest effect on this pair, it's less sensitive to other things, like the euro is still sensitive to Draghi and has a clear bias, and dollar yen not so much. So if you have a big surprise to the upside or the downside, dollar yen, maybe we'll have a break out of the range, 122.20 to 123.60. So these are the three pairs to watch: euro dollar, dollar CAD, and dollar yen. All right. So that's it for the show today. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Thank you very much for the questions. As always, we'll be here on Monday. As always, the show is recorded, the wrap-up is recorded, and the preview is recorded. So you can rewatch everything whenever you wish. It'll be published on FX Street and then also on Forex Crunch. So thanks, everybody, for coming. Wish everybody a safe and successful day with euro dollar or with any other currency pair. And I'll see you on Monday. So thank you and goodbye.